For over a year, Islam Makhachev reigned as the undisputed #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. He climbed to the top by beating elite opponents, defending his title, and looking untouchable inside the octagon. But just like that, he's been replaced. And it wasn't because he lost a fight. It wasn't because he looked bad in his last performance. It was something else entirely. So, what really happened? And why is Islam saying they're doing it on purpose? Let's break down what's really going on. Islam Makhachev's resume speaks for itself. After submitting Charles Oliveira in dominant fashion to win the lightweight belt, he defended it against none other than Alexander Volkanovski, twice. The first was a razor-close decision in enemy territory. The second? A head kick knockout that silenced any doubt. That win cemented Islam's position as the baddest man in the sport, and for months no one questioned his top spot. That is, until Topuria showed up. Topuria stormed into superstardom after knocking out Volkanovski in brutal fashion to claim the featherweight title. It wasn't just the knockout, it was the confidence, the precision, and the aura. He followed that up with another flawless performance, and before long, the media and the UFC started treating him like the next golden boy. Suddenly, Ilia was everywhere. Press tours, interviews, viral highlights. The hype was undeniable, and then came the rankings update. Ilia Topuria, just months into his championship reign, leapfrogged Islam Makhachev and took the #1 pound-for-pound spot. Fans were stunned. Islam, he was furious. They're doing it on purpose, he said in a recent interview.
Строчки pound for pound.
Ну, это маркетинг. Они делают это специально, чтобы разогреть этот бой. Ну, у людей уже есть интерес к этому. Значит, они делают правильно, и мы будем бороться за первое место в рейтинге.
Makhachev pointed to the UFC's focus on building up stars they can sell and accused them of manipulating narratives to make Topuria the face of the promotion. It's not a new theory. Over the years, we've seen the UFC heavily market certain fighters, Conor McGregor, Sean O'Malley, Khamzat Chimaev, while others, no matter how dominant, get left in the shadows. Islam's frustration taps into a deeper issue. Is being the best fighter in the world enough anymore? Or do you also need to be the most entertaining, the most charismatic, the most viral? Ilia checks a lot of those boxes. He's young, undefeated, outspoken, and connects with both Spanish-speaking fans and a European market that the UFC is hungry to tap into. In contrast, Islam has always let his fighting do the talking. He doesn't chase headlines, he doesn't care about going viral, and in today's fight game, that can cost you. But here's the part most fans miss. The pound-for-pound rankings aren't set by Dana White or the UFC. They're voted on by a panel of journalists. Still, we all know the UFC controls the narrative. When a fighter gets more exposure, more airtime, and more hype, it influences perception. And perception, as Islam knows, is everything. This isn't just about rankings, it's about legacy. For a fighter like Makhachev, who's modeled himself after Khabib and built a career on dominance, being stripped of the top spot without losing a single round feels like a slap in the face. And he's not hiding his frustration. In the same breath, he promised fans he'll be back, and when he is, he plans to remind the world who the true #1 is. Let's see who's still standing in the end, he said. So where does this leave us? On one hand, you have a dominant champion feeling slighted and disrespected. On the other, a rising superstar being handed the crown of greatness by media and promotion alike. It's a battle between skill and showmanship, merit and marketability. And it raises one chilling question. Has the UFC officially chosen hype over legacy?